I want to thank everyone who's turned out today in Durham Marketplace to protest against this cruel and iniquitous bedroom tax. The irony is we're just a week away from the budget, and it's a budget where we expect David Cameron to ratify a tax cut for millionaires. This demonstration, which has brought together all manner of people from communities across County Durham. I wanted to thank you very much for turning out, and to thank Labour Left and friends in the Labour and Trade Union movement for supporting this event today. And from Teesside too, and from Middlesbrough. This policy, this bedroom tax, is the most perverse policy for a generation. It targets the most vulnerable in society, the poor, the disabled, and this idea of under-occupancy. Why should the poorest pay for the failures of the City of London? But the perversity is it might actually cost the taxpayer more money if people who are displaced from council housing are compelled to take up temporary accommodation in the private sector. The government know this policy is wrong. And indeed, in advance of today's demonstrations, there are some 60 demonstrations taking place all across the country, including quite a number here in the northeast. The government have announced some exemptions for foster carers, for some members of the armed forces. We welcome that, but it's not enough. 660,000 people are affected by the bedroom tax. Yeah, 2/3 of those are disabled households, losing perhaps £700 a year. 220,000 families with children will be affected, and 140,000 working households. It is a disgrace. It's an absolute disgrace.
In front of you. All right.
Absolutely. There's simply to allow people to live. It's a hollow promise from Cameron when he said he'd protect the most vulnerable and make them pay. The only solution to this bedroom tax is to scrap it. This discretionary housing fund that Tory MPs and their Lib Dem allies are saying will soften the blow. This £30 million is just not enough compared to the £500 million cuts that are going to be made from housing benefits.
Hold your mic up.
Yeah, we can hear you. Okay, I hope you can hear me.
No.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me better? Okay, if we look at this discretionary fund that Cameron's talking about, if we take that £30 million and share it among the 230,000 people on disability living allowance, they would receive just £2.50 per week, compared to an average loss of £14 a week in housing benefits. The government's intention isn't to solve under-occupancy. They know there aren't enough smaller properties available, and so their own impact assessment assumes that few people will move. So what's going to happen? All that's going to happen is they're going to cut the incomes of the poorest in society. It's only Cameron and Clegg that think that this is fair. On the same day that the bedroom tax is coming into force, millionaires will receive a £3 billion tax cut. £3 billion.
Shame!
£1 million a year will receive an extra £2,000 a week, and they have the nerve to tell us we're all in this together. They tell us there's no alternative, but the bedroom tax is a choice. It's the wrong choice, especially when Cameron's millionaires' tax breaks are costing the Exchequer 6 times more than the estimated savings from the bedroom tax. And what we need to ask ourselves is who's caused this financial crisis that brought the economy to the brink of collapse and is being used to justify these cuts and these policies of austerity. Is it the poor? Is it the vulnerable? Is it the disabled?
No!
No, and it's not those people who are living in social homes. It's the casino bankers, it's the city speculators, people who've gambled the future of our country in the We know who Cameron represents, giving tax cuts to the richest, blocking attempts to curb the excesses of the Murdoch media, and making the poorest pay for a banking crisis caused in the city of London. Absolutely, and this culture, this bonus culture continues. It's business as usual in the city of London. We see the bankers rewarded with higher salaries, obscene bonuses, but at the same time we're seeing families in Brandon, in Bishop Auckland, in Blackhall, in Middlesbrough, in Easington, in Sherburn, in Stanley, in Hetton, here in the North East, left to pay the price without cuts to our public service. This is the most perverse policy since the introduction of the poll tax. This is Cameron's poll tax moment. Only 28% of electors actually support this despicable bedroom tax. Even fewer than supported the poll tax. Let's stop this farce becoming a tragedy for thousands of vulnerable, poor and disabled people. Let's resolve here in the marketplace in Durham today. Let's join together and fight this dreadful bedroom tax.